Welcome back to the Enosi Podcast, your space for deep thinking, strategic growth, and personal leadership development. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button so you never miss an episode packed with transformative insight and purposeful frameworks. Today's topic is for those of you who aspire to lead, whether as a CEO, a company director, the founder of a startup, or the head of a business unit. If you've ever asked yourself, how can I prepare myself today to lead tomorrow? This episode is especially for you. We'll explore how the Success Framework can be your personal roadmap to leadership, guiding your mindset, your skills, and your direction. Leadership isn't simply a title or a destination. It is a journey that requires more than ambition. It demands clarity, structure, strategy, and deep self-awareness. This is where the Success Framework becomes a game changer. Created by Mohammed Hitan Rachman, the Success Framework is made up of 7 core elements: smart understanding, understanding context, creativity, clarity, exploration, strategy, and synthesis. Each component builds on the last, guiding you through a full transformation, both internal and external, that enables you to grow into the kind of leader the future needs. Purposeful, resilient, and visionary. We begin with smart understanding. Every great leader starts by leading themselves. To do that, you must understand who you are at your core. Why do you want to lead? What values matter to you most? Where do your natural strengths and blind spots lie when you're in charge of people, projects, or change? Smart understanding invites you to examine not just your technical skills, but your emotional depth, your integrity, empathy, consistency, and self-awareness. The leaders we remember, the ones who move organizations and inspire people, are those who have mastered themselves first. They're able to navigate uncertainty without panic, to make decisions with both courage and humility, and to connect with people in meaningful ways. When you understand your default leadership style, whether you're more visionary, collaborative, assertive, or reflective, you begin to refine it intentionally. You become a more centered and grounded version of yourself, capable of handling leadership's many demands. Next is understanding context. Leadership isn't just about who you are. It's about how you lead within the ever-changing environment of business and human complexity. This part of the framework invites you to deeply examine the landscape you intend to lead in. What industry excites you? What are the pressing global trends shaping that space? What cultural dynamics are at play within the kind of organizations you hope to lead? Understanding context gives you the ability to read situations, scan for opportunity, anticipate risk, and guide people through change. Great leaders don't only see what's happening. They understand why it's happening and where it's going. Contextual awareness also helps you recognize the unwritten rules of organizations, the needs of your team, and the barriers that may stand in your way. The more you understand the systems you're operating in, the more effective, compassionate, and strategic your leadership becomes. And now, creativity. In today's world of rapid disruption and constant innovation, creativity is not optional. It's essential. Creativity in leadership isn't just about having wild ideas. It's about pattern recognition, systems thinking, and making new connections between problems and solutions. It's about reimagining how work can be done, how teams can operate, and how businesses can grow while staying rooted in values. If you're preparing to lead, now is the time to build your creative muscles. Use decision-making as a design process. Look for ways to innovate within constraints. Think about how to develop a culture of experimentation and feedback. Leading with creativity means you're not only navigating change, you're generating it. And this mindset sets you apart as someone who brings both value and vision to the table. Clarity follows. One of the greatest failures in leadership is a failure to define direction. Without clarity, even the best teams flounder. With clarity, even average teams can thrive. Clarity helps you define your personal leadership mission, the kind of impact you want to make, and the goals you need to set now to get there in the future. It also helps you articulate your vision to others. Why are we doing this? Where are we going? What does success look like? For me, for the team, and for the organization. Leaders who embody clarity empower their teams with direction, confidence, and purpose. They make tough decisions without hesitation because they know where they're going. Clarity becomes a compass that aligns everyone's energy and focus. Then we arrive at exploration. The journey to leadership is not linear, and it shouldn't be. Leadership demands depth, and depth is gained through experience. Exploration is about saying yes to new perspectives, trying roles outside your comfort zone, learning from failure, and constantly evolving. The more you explore, the more your leadership intuition sharpens. You might take on cross-functional projects, volunteer in communities, immerse yourself in different industries, or read deeply across disciplines. As you explore, you become someone who is not only smart, but wise. You develop flexibility, resilience, and creative courage. Most importantly, you begin to understand what kind of leader you are, not by copying others, but by discovering it through lived experience. Now we come to strategy. Every big dream needs a plan. This part of the success framework is where vision turns into action. Strategy is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. It's your map for personal and professional development. What are your short and long-term goals? What leadership training do you need to pursue? Who can mentor you? What projects will build your credibility and experience? Strategic leaders know how to balance planning with execution. They don't just dream about leading, they take daily steps toward it. From networking and public speaking to leading initiatives and writing thought pieces, strategy empowers you to become visible, credible, and ready. With the right strategy, you stop waiting for leadership opportunities and start creating them. And finally, we arrive at synthesis. This is the stage where all the elements come together. Your identity, experience, strategy, and wisdom converge into real leadership. You're no longer preparing to lead. You are leading. You are guiding teams, shaping culture, making decisions that impact others, and hopefully leaving a trail of growth and empowerment behind you. Synthesis means you're no longer the center of everything. Instead, you become a facilitator of collective greatness. You lift others, create shared meaning, and embody the kind of leadership that people trust, admire, and want to follow. You're not just achieving personal success. You're building something greater than yourself. As we look back on all the pieces of success framework, smart understanding context, creativity, clarity, exploration, strategy, and synthesis, it becomes clear that leadership is not a checklist. It is a life practice. It is a commitment to continuous self-awareness, growth, and service. The success framework doesn't just help you get to leadership. It helps you grow into leadership. You might be a student, a young professional, or even someone who's already managing a team. Wherever you are, this framework can guide your evolution. You don't have to wait to be called a leader to live like one. Start where you are. Reflect deeply. Create boldly. Act consistently. And grow with intention. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the NOSI Podcast. If you found value in this message, please share it with someone who's also preparing to lead, someone who you believe has a heart and the fire to shape the future. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe and like so you don't miss out on our future episodes exploring transformative ideas and frameworks. If you like support in applying the success framework to your own leadership path, or you're interested in leadership coaching, training, or developing your organizational leaders using this model, feel free to reach out to us at heighten.rackman@inosi.co.id. We're ready to walk alongside you as you grow into a wiser, more strategic, and more impactful leader. Until next time, keep leading yourself so that when the time comes, you're fully ready to lead the world